Yep, here we go. All right, welcome to another Monday night rookie roundtable slash Legends Fun Call today. We're actually bringing it together because I think we are ready to get this thing launched, and I think everybody deserves to hear where we're going, what we're doing, and it's gonna be massive, what we're creating. And so, first of all, love seeing some of my partners on here. Danny Haricki being here, just a lot of new names, lots of people that have been in the community for a while. So it's really good to see everybody coming back together. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more people joining us here. But thank you guys for being on time, and we will start. And because you guys are here on time, we're just going to get started, and everybody's kind of going to have to watch the replay for the parts that they miss. So, first of all, on these calls on Monday nights, we typically have a topic that we talk about. Let's fund it up. We typically have a topic that we talk about, and then we break out into rooms where you guys get to network with each other. So that structure will still hold here tonight. I think it's really, really important that as you're here, right, try to listen from the heart space. There's going to be a lot of information, and it might go over your head, but I want you guys to hear the intentions and what's being created here. And actually, I'm going to remove myself from being on Spotlight. I want to see more people. Um, Last 2 weeks, we talked about bankonomics. So if you want to kind of catch up on what that conversation was about, we talked about the state of the banks. We talked about the state of the economy. I talked about the relationship between the Federal Reserve, our government, and the banks, and what I think about the future, and how do I think is the best way to prepare ourselves for it. So we talked about that a little bit, and the core of it is let's start to we need to wait, right? A lot of the REITs are waiting, the hedge funds are waiting, everybody is waiting. But what are they waiting for? Because they know the shoe is going to drop, right? I promise you, actually I don't promise you, but I know that banks are going to collapse. There will be a lot of banks collapsing. Okay, and if you want to know why I think that, you guys can check it out on the previous calls. We'll send out an email for the replays of those two really, really awesome sessions, actually. So today we are going to talk about the fun that we're creating and what the opportunity is for you, that you can participate in one of the largest games, actually the largest game that you can possibly play in. Okay, debt is the number one industry in the world. There is no business that is bigger than debt. All right, so how do we participate in that, and why is it important that we actually participate in that and at least learn about it? Okay, because what has been happening is the bank's liquidity is drying up. The bank's liquidity is drying up. That means there are a lot of people out there that have deals coming due. $1 trillion of commercial loans maturing this year. Okay, that means there will be thousands of people that are not going to be able to sleep at night. I know what it feels like to have those deals in those limbo moments where you don't have the right financing in place. Your money is on the line, your investors' money is on the line, your reputation's on the line. Okay, there are lots of big gurus out there that have been reaching out to us, and they're freaking scared. Okay, because one, they do big deals. Okay, one collapse on those deals will hurt their entire portfolio, their credibility, their reputation. So they're actually losing sleep also. All right, I'm telling you, that is happening 100%. So those guys feeling it, that means every one of their students, everyone else doing syndications, the mom and pops that also have their loans coming due, there's not a lot of options, because the only options that most people, 99% of the people, know to use is they go to a broker from Marcus Millichap, they go to a broker from Cushman Wakefield, from wherever mortgage company or brokerages that you find out there. All of them go to the same department store to shop for your loan. Okay, that means they're all going to come back and give you the same thing. And it is scary, because a lot of people, they have done nothing wrong with their deal. Their deal could be running amazing right now. However, their loan coming due, Because of the lack of liquidity that banks have, they are going to charge higher interest rates. They're going to give less leverage, meaning that people have deals that are amazing and they have to inject money to refinance. Injecting money either comes out of your own pocket, which most people don't just have that money sitting around ready to refinance a deal, or they have to do a cash call. A cash call is the last thing that you want to be doing with your investors. Now, that's happening across the board. There's a lot of people calling in cash calls. Okay, or they're creating a new pref equity for the new people that inject money into the deal. Either way, you have to cash money into refinance if you're shopping at the same department, right? So what I've done is I have partnered with a family office in South Florida, and I've been talking about it probably for the last 3 months. We've done some deals, we've put some things together. I know it works because we've funded a lot of deals. We have $850 million of loans in line right now. We're hiring 8 new underwriters because there's so much. We can't even, everybody's deals is got to get in line, right? There are huge deals in trouble. There are little deals in trouble. Now, I'm very passionate about this because what my partner has done up to this point is he has funded institutions like Toll Brothers, KB Homes, GL Homes, and these are, hundreds of millions of dollars per loan, billions of dollars per loan. Him, one underwriter, able to handle all of that. Now you guys know I'm a people's person, right? I'm all about serving people. How do I support people? Because, when my dog passed away, when my dad passed away, when I had my first heartbreak in college, right? My first love. What I always came out on the other side was, in order for me to ease my suffering, I have to create a way to ease other people's suffering. The solution for me rests in creating that for others. If I want to be a millionaire, I have to help create other millionaires. Like a true millionaire. If I want to be a billionaire, I got to make 1,000 people millionaires. That's my way of thinking. And so when I had a deal last year, and I've talked about this a lot, is we had a deal under contract for a whole year. Multiple times through that deal, because of financing, because of what was going on, interest rates climbing and, banks tightening already, right? The large banks have been lowering their percentage of how much they're holding commercial deals in their portfolio. Now, what that did was gave community banks, smaller regional banks, the opportunity to pick up all of those loans. And it seemed like a good deal for them. So you have smaller regional banks having their portfolio up to 50% commercial real estate. The other 30% being, treasury bills, okay? 80% of their portfolio is value less than what they went in at. Now, I mentioned this last week, is Silicon Valley. Everyone knows Silicon Valley Bank went under last year, and it's huge in the news. First Republic also. Silicon Valley was $1.8 billion negative, and they went under. All right, this year already, they came out with a loan program, and these smaller banks have used $180 billion. $180 billion. Now, all of these banks, probably majority of them, smaller than Silicon Valley Bank. So what would it take for them to go under? And they just stopped it. March 11th, no more liquidity for these banks. It's like if you just lost your job, at what point do you stop being able to pay for your car? Do you stop paying for your credit cards? Do you stop paying for your cell phone bill? Right? Like, what is the order? Now, the banks are in that position. They just lost their job. They have no more income coming in, no more money coming in, and all these loans are due. Okay, and it's not just the banks. The government has 1/3 of their entire debt coming due this year. $10 trillion of their bonds that they've lent out, that's coming due. So you have banks struggling, you have the government struggling. The only thing that the Federal Reserve can do is print more money. Okay, the Federal Reserve prints money, gives this rate to the government. The government creates an auction and sells these treasury bills, these bonds, to banks, to international, to foreigners, to the international injections, and also to us everyday person with Vanguard and BlackRock. Right? We make up that portion of who buys all the T-bills. It's supposed to be risk-free. If you hold it for that period of time, it is risk-free. But right now, with interest rates climbing, these bills keep losing value, and the banks are holding on to them. So they're losing value in these bills. They're losing value in commercial real estate, right? The shoe is gonna fall. All right, and I'll tell you what the largest players are doing. BlackRock, Vanguard, what these guys are doing is they're actually propelling it. You know how they're propelling it? They're giving up and defaulting on hotels, office buildings, and multifamily. Large size, 200 million, 300 million. They can pay it. They don't need to default on it. But why are they defaulting? Who do they own, right? If we follow the money, who does BlackRock really own? I mean, you see the largest bank, the large banks are going to come in, but who are the shareholders for those banks? The biggest shareholders will be BlackRock. Biggest shareholders will be Vanguard, will be State Street, will be Fidelity. They own these big banks. So when they push some of their products, they default on them. These banks fall. Who comes in and buys all of them up? That is kind of what's happening. There's a consolidation happening. So I talked about that a lot. Now, I went a little bit off track, but last year I almost lost the deal. There was multiple nights throughout, weeks and weeks of not being able to sleep. Okay, just stressed. My relationship is strained, with my wife. My relationship with my friends were strained because I was so stressed about it. I know what that feels like, and I know that's coming. Okay, I already know many operators that are freaking out about their deals. Their loans are coming due. We have a couple deals. Loans are coming due. You cannot shop at the same department store because nobody's got all this liquidity to inject in for a refinance. So what needs to happen is there is a lot of large private equity debt funds. There are family offices. There's international money. The top 1%, maybe the top half percent, is already prepared for what's going on. And I believe it's getting them to come and save the economy. They're going to have to come and step in and do some of the loans that other people can't do. So we still got to be selective, obviously. But so now I've partnered with a family office to do this. Again, like I said, they produce loans typically for institutions. I was like, let's do it for people. What does that look like? That's going to look like we need people. We need to find who needs help. We need to find out who needs help. And I don't know, what are we going to do? We're going to put it on Facebook and reach out. I mean, we will. But we don't want to make all the money in it. So I was like, okay, how do I create? How do I give to my community and have my community be able to sit at a table with somebody, know the debt products that we have, right? And be able to offer it to somebody and say, hey, if you offered a different solution for somebody that is in need of financing, whether it's an acquisition, refinance, construction, development, any of that, we have 3,000 different products, okay, that we are able to underwrite and approve and get people funded. From that space, right, we now need to expand and reach out and bring the community in. So I have, he's not here right now, but somebody who's been on my calls about these funds. He went to another Zoom. He talked to somebody that's building a $50 million project and then a $300 million project behind that. What we're offering is an ability for you to go and sit, learn our product, talk to them, go through the due diligence with them, get the check boxes and all these things, and refer the loan to us. My goal is that by the time the loan comes to us, it's 90% fundable. That means I need a group of committed people who is willing to learn what our products are, and be able to go and offer it to others and then make a percentage on it, right? So $10 million, this $50 million deal coming in, we're working on getting them funded, but if and when we get that deal funded, this guy is going to make $250,000. If there was something for you to do today to be able to make massive money and learn the game at the same time, this is it. There is a humongous problem out there. We have the solution. We can reach out by doing mass blasts, spend a whole ton of money marketing and get that going, or we use your relationships. We give you the opportunity to go out to do it. All right, so we've been talking about the Legends Fund for a while, so I'm not really going to go into explaining too much of what that structure is, but phase one is this. Phase one is going to be your opportunity to learn how to be a fund, how to have a flex fund, how to become a financial institution yourself. Okay, you're going to learn all of that, and you have the opportunity to be able to refer loans to us. All right, that fund, in order to create a flex fund for you, it's going to cost $50,000. I'm like, no, that was going to be phase one for us, but I saw too many people trying to come together and partner with people that they don't even know, and I'm like, I don't want this to be a burden on people. Right? I forgot that $50,000 is a lot for a lot of people, and I had to humble myself back down and remember again what it was like. You know, that $50,000 is a lot for people to come up with. You know, and so what is phase one then? We don't need to do the fund. That's too much pressure. I want what we're doing to be an addition to your life, not like you had to scrape up every penny that you've saved just to be a part of it. So phase one is going to be this education slash referral opportunity. You're starting a business. Okay? Is there a cost to come in? Yes, there is. Okay, but it's not $50,000. All right, this is going to get you started on learning. We have one of the top securities attorney firm. The managing partner is going to be teaching. So you're going to learn the lingo of the funds. You're going to learn security compliance because you don't want to mess around. What's going on out there right now is people are messing around. Okay, if you've heard of fund of funds, like this thing is a house of cards that is going to collapse. Okay, because fund of funds basically is you create a fund, you raise capital from your investors, and you invest into another fund, or you buy securities in another fund, and somebody else runs it. If they do something illegal, okay, if they were out of integrity and they committed fraud, your investors will sue that person and sue you. It's the Wild Wild West, okay? And if you somehow missed a step in there, you can end up in jail. That's the level of seriousness, and that's why we need the best of the best to teach us. So phase two, obviously, is we're going to have a done-for-you fund. You're literally going to have people holding your hands all the way through. Okay, my commitment, every time somebody is invested in what I'm doing, I'm invested back. And what I'm looking for is who do I need to invest my energy and time and efforts into? Right? I would love to just give this out for free to everybody, but that would exert a ton of my energy and it would be disappointing 90% of the time. I promise. Right? If people don't have skin in the game, they just don't try as hard. All right, so this is what we're going to be building, because once you get to that level, once you have your own fund, you become a financial institution. Not only will you have the ability to earn asset management fees from, helping other people make 9-10% on their money, you'll still be able to refer loans over to us. And as you grow, maybe you're like, I want to start my own master fund also in this Legends community. It's going to be in the assisted living space. Okay, anybody that's going to start a master fund with us has to have a very strong why. You have to write a vision statement, and you have to follow some of the structures that we have. So some of the structures that sets us apart from any fund is, one, all of our funds will begin and be built on blockchain. All right, what is blockchain? Blockchain is smart contracts. That is what blockchain is designed to do. It is designed to keep track of contracts. It is designed to keep people accountable, keep people in an integrity. You cannot add zeros, take away zeros without a trail. Okay, today you can. It's just some ledger in a book somewhere. They rip out a page and that whole thing's gone. You know, some building comes down and all the documents disappear, ledger's gone. Okay, well, that's my conspiracy stuff. So again, I get into it sometimes, but I try to refrain myself from doing that. Um, See, now I just lost track. Okay, so building these funds, right? I mean, so one, blockchain. There's a trust ledger that all the funds will be on. You know, imagine if Wall Street and, you know, BlackRock and these funds had to operate from that. The level of accountability that is being held, business will be done differently. The world will change overnight if they got on it. Now, on our side, we're going to be building. We're going to be building that. We're going to create a model that is going to change the way business is done. So, yes, Jada, office space is kind of a disaster. Um, but you know, it's going to come back. Like people need office spaces. Like when you work at home, you're just less productive. That's the bottom line. It's going to come back. All right. So that's what I believe. Oh, it's a movie. Oh, Office Space. Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, it's a funny movie. So, you know, on phase one, I really want to focus on phase one today. Phase one is the ability for you to create and start a business, which all you have to do is talk to people and provide them a solution, and you can make a piece of that money, right? Why have all the institutions do it? They're already making enough money as it is. I am literally working my butt off, investing tons of money, hiring a whole ton of people just to be able to democratize this game. That is my commitment to this. You know, the other part of creating a fund with us is you're going to have portion of your money tithe to a nonprofit venture fund that we have as well. Um, you know, so vision, mission statement, blockchain being built on the blockchain, and also, you know, the tithing. Tithing is super important. So, yeah, what does it look like? So it looks like a $20,000 investment. Okay, that's going to pay for our attorneys to create the program, to create the vault, the educational thing for you, right? Because they charge a fee. Then we also have Proxy Financial, who brings in the blockchain technology, and they're a financial wealth company. I'm super aligned to their mission and the two founders. So they're going to come in with also education to help you build your fundamentals. Okay, do you know that what's his name? The owner, I think what let's just use Tony Hsieh. Tony Hsieh died without a will. And now the entire portfolio, $1 billion in probate, families fighting over it, you know, no structure set. So Proxy comes in and gives you a financial analysis of your life. Okay, does tax planning for you, does succession planning for you, and retirement planning. How will all this play together in there? Okay, so Proxy's going to bring their educational side as well. And then my CPA is going to bring their educational side on K1s, on your entity structures, you know, those types of things. I mean, just the learning itself from this, there is nothing offered out there like this. Okay, where you get all this learning and you are legitimately getting a handed for you product that solves everybody's problems out there. Okay, and you make half a point on every loan. $100 million loan, you make $500,000. And it's not that uncommon to be able to find a $100 million loan. Okay, there are tons of people out there that are doing 100 million, 200, 300, $500 million deals, and they don't even know that these types of debt exists. And we're being super like we're building something out right now. So I'm only doing this like 20K thing for like 12 people. And half of those spots are already taken. And so like if you are serious and you want to be a part of it, like this is an opportunity for you to really like make money. 20K is not the end of the world, right? Like I feel like people are paying 30,000, 40,000 for mentorships and they're really not getting anywhere with it. I know because I'm in every one of them. I was a mentorship mastermind junkie. I joined everybody's. The networking is great. Obviously, networking is a great part of it, but the educational side of it, like I don't even know. It's not even the main person educating, right? Like some of the people that are educating, I'm like, dude, I'm way further advanced than you are. How are you going to educate me? So that's kind of what's available out there now, and I just wanted to share, like, I want to find the people that really feel aligned to what we're doing. Like the goal really is to like ease suffering. There are people that are going to be freaking like losing sleep and scared shitless, and I want to find those people and I want to provide a solution for them. But I don't know them all, but you may know some people. You may be those people too. All right? Like I've invested in a lot of deals, and those deals I haven't seen a penny in a year and a half. I know that it's the loans are coming due also, right? But I know that I can go and help them, right? I'm glad that I'm a part of those deals because there are investors that are going to lose sleep. There's operators losing sleep. The the lenders probably losing sleep. I mean, all the way across the board. We have a solution for them, and I need some committed people to really help me get this out there. And we're gonna do a lot of good, and we're gonna be changing the business model of funds itself. Right now funds are all the funds out there. It is like the wild wild west. People are running around in the dark. I mean, Bridger Pennington is having an event, I think like next week or next month or something like that, in April in Orlando, fund launch. I commend him for what he's trying to teach people and give people the opportunity to play at the highest level. But it is so risky to be out there trying to create a fund and running it and don't know where that money is going. Just finding you're basically like it's basically like a loophole for a capital raiser. Okay, this is why they make you be licensed to be a broker dealer to raise capital because you have to know how to do the due diligence on somebody. You have to know these deals. That's why they get licensed to do that. The SEC monitors them. But these fund to funds are just popping up everywhere. I don't know. I'm scared for what's going to happen because when it affects everybody. When people start to lose money and when lawsuits starts happening, what's the guy's name teaching those courses? Bridger Pennington. Bridger's great. He's credible. His dad and Paul Hutchinson had a $28 billion real estate fund. So his dad John and Paul are you know they know what they're doing. Bridger knows what he's doing, but he's not giving you an opportunity to do it with him. He's like, here, this is how to do it. Here's my resources. Go figure it out. That's what you're getting. And when people invest into what I'm doing, I invest back. I'm looking to invest into people right now, but I need to know who that is. Yes, and community for sure. He has such a badass community, but that community comes from all bunch of different communities too, right? There's a cross mingling of all the communities right now. It's a very small world in the syndication and fund world. Just by the people in this room, we can reach everybody out there. I know it. I see so many people here that are a part of a bunch of other communities. You touch those communities touch other communities, and it just spans out like a freaking web, like a grid. I know there are people losing sleep right now. And they're like, it actually burdens me because it was fresh for me. It was fresh for me last year going through what I went through. We closed the deal. We found a way to close the deal through this. So I'm gonna yeah, I mean there's a lot of people trying to do amazing things out there to help and empower people, but nobody offers the debt that we offer. Right? We have products that are exclusive to us, nobody else has. Where do these money come from? The money comes international. The money comes from other family offices. Like if you're doing a deal in Florida, there are family offices that focus specifically in that region. And if you don't have access to them, you won't have access to their fund. And they might just love your property. Your property could be there and they might just love it and they'd be able to give you 75%, 80% LTV. $1 million you can save somebody. $5 million, $10 million. Like this is not just a let's go make money. Like I'm never about maximizing profit. I'm about impact. Everyone that knows me knows that I'm about impact. I'm about impacting the youth. I'm about impacting everyone's lives here. I'm about impacting my life, my wife's life, all of my friends and family, my community here in Las Vegas, downtown Las Vegas, the homeless that's out there. I'm all about impact. All right. So, this is the heart of where it's coming from. If you don't hear or understand any of the things I'm talking about, it doesn't really matter that much, but I wanted you guys to hear my heart to yours. All right, Danny, thanks, brother. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be a part of this. Danny's part of the original OG Legends. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the spiel that I got for this. I know I might not have gone through everything I wanted to, but I wanted you guys to feel where all this is coming from first. We can figure out details, how it's done, all that stuff later. But I just wanted you guys to know this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for 12 people. I'm going to make 12 people a lot of money and give you guys the opportunity to be able to go and fund other deals and really learn something that is not available anywhere else. There is nowhere that you can go and take a course and learn about what it is that you're going to be learning here. Nowhere. No family offices is offering these courses. Nobody's going to teach you how to do private debt and what's available and how to reach it and how to get it. We are correspondents to all of this stuff. We underwrite it and we can approve it and we can fund it. There are thousands of funds around the world, tens of thousands of funds. Only 0.5% of the people know how to even access that, if even that amount. All right, so I don't know what the repercussion is of me sharing all this out for everybody, but I know people get to know. I know that if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have been losing sleep and I wouldn't have been face down on the kitchen floor in my house at one point. Thinking about that actually kind of almost brings tears to my eyes. This is what people are going to be going through, and it's my commitment to really impact, to be able to be to shake and shift everything that's going to be coming in the next year, 2 years. All right, because there is no way that we just continue to go up. There is a what one of my mentors calls coming to Jesus moment with all the economy right now. Okay, we're gonna have to face it. We've delayed this thing for a while by injecting a whole ton of money. Okay, and the only solution that they have for what's going on is to inject more money. We're gonna see something that we've never seen before, probably. which is the rates go down on the 10-year treasury and the interest rates go up for us as the end client. That's probably going to be what's going to happen, right? Because people are always monitoring the 10-year treasury, and they think that if the 10-year treasury comes down, that means interest rate's going to come down, but really that's not going to be the case. Okay, I just see interest rates going to continue to climb. It's going to climb to a point where people are going to really be in some serious trouble. 20. So it's going to be 20K, Ruth. Okay, 20K is you do one loan at $10 million, you make 50K. All right, like this is the best returns that I can offer anybody out there. I'm not even talking about the deals that I have in place right now. I mean, we're closing on a hotel. We may actually be raising a couple $1 million, at 10% cash on cash returns. But that's not even important to me right now compared to what we're talking about here. All right, so 20 is, Nick, is there a way, how do people, I wanted you to create like a form, and I know like we already have so many spots filled up, but um I don't know.
Give me like 5 minutes.
Huh?
I have the
Five
old
minutes?
one, but
Just
I'll just
just create something that people can
yeah, I'll
literally
make
put
something
something in
fast.
and say
Give me
like
5 minutes.
they need a call with me and get this going because it starts this week. The educational side of it starts next week. All right,
All right.
I'm gonna teach you guys the products that we offer so you can meet other people and say, "Hey, we got this product." Also, you're gonna learn how to send an application to them. You're gonna have a checklist of what the criteria that they meet. By the time the loan comes to us, it should be 90% ready to be funded. All right. I mean, there are so many ways to get loans. I mean, this is a business that you get to start. For us, what I'm doing right now is I'm testing. I have CoStar lending. So I'm able to pull every single loan out there that is due in the next 6 months. I'm going to pull all of those. We have 400 callers in Egypt that is going to start blasting. That's how I'm going to go and do this. And I'm in the same position as every one of you, like in how I can go help. And that's what you can too. But you just got to learn what we have. Like the number one most important thing in this economic condition and where we're at right now is that you need to learn how to do it. You need to learn from this economic downturn. You got to learn something from here. So the opportunity to really go and change people's lives, like that's real for what we're offering right now. And I'm looking for the 12 people that I can pour everything into. I know it works, okay? Because I've brought 850 million loans to the table, and every single day everybody is reaching out to me and asking about what we can do for them. And I can hear it in their voice. They're freaking scared shitless about their deal. All right? And you guys know the names of a lot of people who I'm talking about right now. Scared shitless. And they have a lot of experience. I can't even imagine what the guys that don't have a lot of experience is feeling. Like I wish I can just like be like, yo, everybody, this is what we got. But people are the problem is so in their face right now, they can't even search for solutions. And it's going to take you guys to help me do it. All right. So this like educational side is going to start next week. And uh, yeah, and come in as a if you need to come in as like two or three people, that's fine. Okay, but make sure you're not like just finding anybody just to come up with the money. Like people that are really gonna get down with this. Alignment, the value alignment is so important. This is why I scaled it back. And this is the phase one because I was seeing too many people willing to partner with anybody to create a fund. You know the danger of that? Like I'm so invested into everyone's success that I will not take that. I won't take $50,000 when people are willing to just partner with anybody. And that's what I'm seeing. And I'm like, nope, that's not happening. Like this is not it. It's gonna cause too much chaos. So we pulled it back, another phase one. I want you guys to make money first. I want you guys to have the ability to help people and make money at the same time. All right. And this is not about like, let me create a scarce thing of 12 people. I really think I can serve 12 people. I can help 12 people make a lot of money and then we can blast this out. You guys are going to help me build, you're going to be the legacy to help me build the entire curriculum around it. I see this as something that's going to be huge. 1 million people. That's my vision for the first benchmark. 1 million people being a part of it. 1 million people raising $1 million. 1 million people raising $1 million is going to make us the one of the largest funds in the world. Immediately. We will be recognized. One of two things I believe will happen. One, BlackRock says, we need to change our motto. Two, BlackRock decides to buy us. Okay? If they do, there's going to be conditions, and we will make changes inside BlackRock. I mean, changes in BlackRock from within. BlackRock will become Lightrock. Okay? I mean, BlackRock, what a name for BlackRock. Everything they touch turns black. Or Gold Rock, anything, anything besides BlackRock. Like, what? Their name literally is what they do in the world. It's freaking crazy, you know? So, anyways, I'll take some questions, comments, thoughts. What can I do to, what can I answer here? Like, I really want you guys to feel like my passion about this, like my drive behind all of it. The Legends rock. Eh, maybe. If we're a $5 trillion fund at that point, then yeah, they're gonna have to change their name. Okay, so, anyways, thoughts, questions?
Hi, Alex. It's Marlu.
Marlu, hi. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I have no experience whatsoever in funding.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that something that you would recommend somebody that has more experience?
No, I am literally like I am an expert. I'm a pro at teaching newbies.
Okay.
Okay, and this game is not that hard. It's really not that hard. Okay, it's probably easier than, you know, uh, I don't know, some school, high school, than what Nick
Okay.
is doing in high school right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, there just needs to be a willingness to want to impact people's lives, want to ease suffering in this world, and be able to create some financial freedom for yourself. Like what would an extra 50K, 250K look like for you and your family? And it's not like you need to go out there and like learn a whole new skill. I mean, you do have to learn like talking to people, obviously, so might be a little more challenging for introverts, but not really because there are tons of ways that you can probably get this out there without even talking to anyone. All we have to know is there are people that are begging for this, that are praying for this. You can literally be the answer to somebody's prayer. That's all you need to know that you are. That's what we got. We have products that are answers to people's prayers. I know it was an answer to my prayer. I know when this happened for me, I was like, man, everybody needs to have this. Immediately when this happened to me, I convinced this person. I convinced Justin and his dad and the whole family about expanding to people. I'm like, bro, we need to go out and do more because there are thousands, tens of thousands of people in the same position as what I was just in. I lost a crazy amount of sleep. Me and my wife got into fights all the time because I was short, I was impatient. I couldn't be present with her ever in the whole year because it was just on my mind. That's what tens of thousands of operators and multifamily commercial owners are experiencing today. And their deal hasn't even come to that part yet. Okay, it will, the date is coming, which their loans are going to mature, and the closer it gets, the more stressed they will be. And there will be a moment where if they don't find this solution, they're going to have to say, we're going to have to give this, we're going to default and give this back to the bank. I don't want I don't want my worst enemy ever to experience that. That will destroy somebody's career in this game. You know, I don't know how many people can fall from that and still get back up. I mean, I'm sure people are resilient enough, but I don't want people to have to go through that when there is a solution out there. So the only way I know how to get this solution out there is to help people in my community and the people that are here right now. Okay, so that you guys can send the message out. All right, because every one of you guys hearing this right now, at some point, you might actually end up talking to somebody and you're going to be like, oh, you know, I was on a Zoom call and Alex was talking about there might be a solution for you. That's how easy the conversation is going to be. But at that point, you're not going to even know how to talk to them. Okay, so I want some committed people because what's going to happen is you're going to come and I'm going to say, all right, you're going to have to talk to Nick. Nick is in our program and he knows how to handle this, right? Because we're going to be really busy funding loans. We're not going to be that, we're not going to be like chasing down loans. That's coming. It's already coming at such a pace that we are trying to hire 8 underwriters. All right, and underwriters are freaking expensive. They are 6 figures plus commission. So, anyways, and then there's also an opportunity for you as you learn in here that maybe you become a salary commission employee for us too. There's just a lot of different ways to grow and you know, and climb inside this. There will be no ceilings. Okay, because I don't want this fund that we're creating, I'm not going to run this thing forever. I have no interest in controlling and owning and all of that, but I do want to know that it's going to be in good hands before I sail off to the beach with my family and my wife and, you know, give her and them the proper attention. My wife understands that, you know, I have a huge mission right now. You know, and it hurts me to see other people in the position I was in. She saw it. She witnessed it. She was by my side when that happened. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, yes, because they're going to know how to do it, Jennifer. You know, we're not going to be able to take in, oh my God, just meet this person and then we have to talk to them about their loan. We already have such a long line of loans right now. I can only imagine when 12 people come in and we share this product and we share how to do it and then they send it to us. It's going to be extremely hard for us to just have anybody. I'm getting it right now. There's so many people just sending me loans randomly and we can't even get back to them because it's such a mess. I cannot receive loans in that way. Okay, I cannot just receive a loan with the deal itself and just we got to go back and forth and ask for all these questions. Like that's just not going to work for us. All right, so that's why it's 20K. There's skin in the game. Now I know who I can invest my time and energy into. Okay, I have to be very focused and very direct and intentional in where I put my energy if I'm going to make a big difference here. Right? So of course I will still be doing these Monday night calls. And actually I'm going to be partnering up with Jeffrey Hazlett and the C-Suite network. Okay, so this call actually is going to become powered by C-Suite, and I'm going to be offloading a lot of my back end office work with them, like back end work, and they're going to start handling it. Like our CRM is going to transfer over, all of our CRM clients are going to transfer over. You know, they're really going to take care of our people. But you know, my goal is how do I get on a bigger stage? You know, and it's going to happen. Um, yeah, I don't really know what that means, you know, Brian, but we can set up a call. We can talk. You know, I have a little bit of availability. However, I am going to Peru next week. Yeah, next week I'll be in Peru for about 10 days. This is going to be my like really reset for myself, you know, and preparing, and I'm going to prepare myself for what's to come the following weeks. And we are going to take this thing and just rock it out. Okay, and there's going to be massive wins across the board. Whew. Okay, so questions, thoughts. I know it just went on for 54 minutes. I can't believe that. I wanted this section to be 30 minutes so I can at least record it and send it to somebody. But since it's an hour, it's an hour. And thank you guys for being here and listening and witnessing. Okay, there's no accidents that whoever is here hearing this. And Nick, make sure that you know portions of this call really be captured by Mona to be able to put on our social and stuff like that. Go ahead, Jason.
Hey, thanks, Alex. I was wondering if, all right, once you're the people that understand the products, the people that join you and learn how the products work, how do you, I guess, advertise? Can you talk about it publicly? Can
Yeah,
they
you talk
make
about whoever
videos
you
or
want.
anything?
You can get every single real estate agent in your county to know about your product, and then they can tell their people. You know, it doesn't matter. You're gonna be my hand that reaches out to others, and I don't know how you do it. You can spend $1 million on ads if you want. You know, so this is, you know, I'm
I
open
think
to
his
all of it.
question is more like, are we restricted like you are with the syndication and stuff, you know?
Mm-mm. This is not capital raising into any deals. This is about how we can reach more people and serve them and help them. Okay, and Giovanna, I know you're here too. I'm going to be working with you closely, so I really hope that you're capturing the spirit and the heart of what we're doing here. And I'm so glad you're here, Giovanna. All right. Jason, does that answer your question? Okay, awesome. Kathy, hello.
So, um, you mentioned there'll be an education piece to all this starting next week or whenever you guys start. Is that part of that capital raising, learning how to have raising capital?
You don't need to raise any capital. You will get a piece of Brad Blazer's capital school. You know, that's going to be part of what you're also going to be getting. Um,
Okay, because that was my other question, you know, because I was interested in raising capital, and that's what he teaches at his capital school. So there's no point in branching into that when he will be part of this. Is that correct?
It's kind of hard to hear you right now, so I'm not really sure.
Maybe I like take a turn off my
It's
video.
like, yeah, maybe if you turn your camera off, maybe the voice will
Yeah,
come
she
through better.
she said she was interested in Brad Blazer's capital raising,
Hmm.
but if it's part of your program, then she doesn't have to buy that separately, basically.
Yes,
She'll,
so it'll be part of it. Um, you will get those.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, all the big players are coming together to help make this happen. They can see it, they understand it. Um, Big players. I got the CCO of Caesars really excited about this, like, because they know what's happening at the highest level. They know how that plays. They just never had enough time or the ability or the capacity energetically to be able to go and share this with so many people. They play at that level. They know what it's like up there. Brad Blazer working with tons of different family offices that he's raised capital from. Okay, I mean, most of the times he's working with, dealer brokers. So he knows the dealer brokers that knows the family offices. We literally write the loans for those family offices. So it's just let's cut all the way through it. Let's just get to it, you know? So yeah, I know it's some people are excited about it, and I hope that you feel a calling to it. I would say that if you have a calling to it, ask yourself how to do it. Don't let if money's stopping you here, money will stop you everywhere else. I just need to know, who do I invest my time into? All right. So, any other questions? I know I shared a lot. Hey Ryan, what's up, brother? Okay. Well, if there's, go ahead, Ryan. You want to share something?
No, I just want to say hi.
Okay, cool. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah. So again, let's just to wrap the whole thing up. You got to reach out to me. Okay. How do they reach out to me, Nick? Did they just email me or something, or what?
They can text you, or you got this reminder,
Oh, right.
and they can
Where
fill out this
what?
form.
Okay. So wherever you got a text message from, you can reach out to me. Okay. And that form itself, Nick just created. All right. Like this week, it's gonna close. We're gonna close it down this week. 12 people, and it'll probably be that for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to be so invested in the success of the first 12. All right. Jesus started with 12 disciples, and look at where Christianity is at. Look at how it's spread. All right. So if we take 12 people and we really, really work hard and create this together, this is going to be it's going to be a new world. Oh, so many people hopping on now. Well, look, if you missed the beginning of this call, it is definitely worth re-listening to. Okay, and the training itself, it's not like, oh, here's an 8-week, 6-week training, like it's done. Like this is an ongoing training forever. Debt is always changing. The market is always changing. You're gonna have a place to be in the know forever. Or as long as I'm here, as long as this thing is here. All right, like this is a one time, it's not a yearly payment. It's not a, 6 months later it expires. Like we are going to just continue doing this. All right, the mastermind that we created, Legends Equity Group Mastermind, that is also legacy, right? Like I want people to invest in, so I know who to invest my energy into. Forever, all the Legends mentorship mastermind people will have my attention, will be a priority, and I will give them first chance for everything that we do. This is why I said a lot of these spots are already taken. Okay. Like I'm not just making it up. Like there's very, very limited. Do we have a minimum loan size? Yeah. So you're going to learn all of our loan box, what we can lend. What do we lend at 5 million? What can we lend at 10? What can we lend at anything under 20? Majority of what we really want is to be able to lend over 25 million. When you're lending over 25 million, you open up to tier 1 lending. 95% of the family offices out there do not do deals under 20 million. And that's the same with us. We will not be doing deals, really. I mean, we want to be doing deals 25 million over. What that also means is you now have something to offer those people. That means you can sit down with somebody that has deals like that and literally be of value to them. Because right now, most people, if you're not doing 50 million, $100 million loans, how do you sit down and have those conversations with somebody? What are you guys going to talk about? You know? So, anyways, that is that is that's as much as I really want to be um kind of just speaking about this right now. I would love to answer any questions, and then in about 6 minutes, we're gonna break you guys out into breakout rooms and share with each other. You know what did you hear today on this call? You know, and who you are, what you do, what is your ask, what is your offer. You know, it's a great place to meet new people and learn and make connections. We've had people do real estate deals together from this call. People start businesses together on this call. You know, lots of things have happened. There are some big syndicating groups out there that also started on this call. Okay, and now they're out there. They got their own calls going. They got their own deals going. Okay, then. Well, I guess I was that clear about what we're creating and what to offer and what we're building here. Um, hopefully, we get this, we see some of you guys for this whole thing. All right, so we'll break you guys out into rooms now. Uh, I hope you don't just leave, because this is where a lot of value is created. You know, every time I end the room after 15 minutes, people are like, no, it's just getting great. So, all right. See y'all later. Nick, can you break them out? I guess people are already going into
They're broken. Really, not too many people. And we're Hi, recording. Maybe.
Make your hair.
This is my hat hair. I just played a tennis match.
Oh. Um,
It's
so I know you were talking about it
Hold on.
earlier.
Got a call.
Oh man. Okay, I'll just ask Nick. Um,
What's your question?
okay, so when I was on the call with Alex, he was like talking about like there's people who like don't even know or aren't fully in real estate, and they're making these connections, and like the whole point is to network. So let's say you're in a position where you meet people who are looking for loans. I'm kind of asking for like a guideline in verbiage. Like, what should I be hearing? Because obviously I'm not in the real estate
Mhm.
community at all times. for me to be like, oh, that, if that's something that you're interested in, I actually know somebody who is working on that, like who has a fund for that. Like I can get you connected to them. So two things actually. One, when I send them Alex's info, do I tell them to have me or to tell them that I refer them or to just have a group chat of us three?
Okay. So right now, Alex can um interject if he has something to say.
I
But
missed the question.
It's okay. I was just saying in the sense of, because I was like telling you I was going, you had said you talked about Fent launch, so I'll just bring it like how I was going to that. Obviously my whole point is to like make connections and kind of take that next step out of my comfort zone. I guess my question is like, what are some things I should be keeping an ear out for me to be like, oh, like if that's like something that you're interested in, or if you haven't sourced out like all your options, like I know somebody, kind of like the guy you were telling me about, like who really knows nothing about real estate, but he brought you somebody because he heard that they were looking for exactly what you have to offer, like in that kind of way to serve people. Like what should I keep my ears out for? So, because
Well,
obviously when I'm out there,
I would just make connections like you do. Like you're there really for Natalie, so, do what you need to do for Natalie and just build the connections, and it will organically turn into, what else is there that they can do? And then you'll hear, oh, they're doing a deal, they're doing a fund, they're doing this and that. And then, later on, of course, if you want to connect them to me, you can. But I would be
mm-hmm.
there, because Natalie's bringing you out there, I would focus on,
Oh
really
yeah,
creating value for her. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I just didn't want to like, obviously I'm not gonna try to push them to Natalie if it's something that I know she doesn't offer. That's not,
Yeah.
I don't like to make people feel sold, but if like there was an opportunity out there, I'd still want to be like, oh, well,
Yeah,
there is
if
somebody.
anybody is doing a deal, if
Yeah,
anybody's doing a deal, they're doing real estate, they need debt, just be like, hey, I have a great source to, some private family office funding. That's it. You don't have to go any further than that. You don't have to explain anything. Be like, I have a connection into direct to these family offices. So yeah,
okay. Yeah, sounds good.
we don't have to, it
Good.
doesn't have to be super complicated. Obviously, as you start to learn the products that we have, eventually, because you're going to be closing a lot of things for us, you're going to be that last like acquisition side, right? Because what
Yeah.
we're going to be doing is we're going to have, a 500-man cold calling team, handling a lot of
Oof.
stuff. So a lot of leads are going to come in. We're going to need a couple of, acquisition people, and then I'm going to need you to know and be able to train people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I can say I'm very qualified to do. Especially being a manager, that's all I do with
Yeah.
new hires is I just train them and walk them through the process. So
Yeah.
I feel like my people skills grow a lot from
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I had my camera off when I came here. I was the dogs on the other side of this door jumped up and locked it, and I only got a garage door opener, not a key.
So
So I
now
can't
what?
even go. I'm stuck here until they get home. Luckily, they're on their way, but yeah, I couldn't get my charger, and then they told me the spare key was in this like shed thing. So I kept my that's why I put my AirPod in so I could still listen to the call, but I put my phone down, left the camera off because I was looking and I couldn't find it. So now I'm waiting.
Wow.
Yeah. I know that you were reading my text on because you started laughing.
Hmm.
Was that mine? Yeah.
Like I got locked in the garage.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Also, I had somebody reach out right now to me that was a part of Sabrina's team.
Yeah, Michelle, yeah.
Yeah, Michelle, she had reached out, so that was really cool.
Yeah, I just had a conversation with her today.
Alex, you should
Mm.
stop the recording. Maybe.
Oh,
Oh,
right.